25th of April and my second outing on the bike. I've been really worried about getting close to other cyclists and other pedestrians, so I'm taking it extra careful, giving everyone a wide berth, but I'm heading out into the country and hoping I don't run into anyone. I think I'm mostly worried about cyclists coming up behind, not those in front. I can give those a wide berth, but you just need a mammal, particularly good form, to come whizzing by within a foot from behind. That's going to spook me. It's been a strange week. I think this lockdown is starting to break. I think people are getting to the end of their tethers. There's lots of talk about Boris Johnson coming back to work on Monday, and that's signalling the relaxation of the lockdown, at least in part, at least coming up within the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's a lot of cars out already today, though you can't see it at the moment, but going through suburbia to get out here, a lot of cars, more than usual. Although it is a Saturday, people will be doing shopping for essentials and so on. Anyway, I'm out in the country now and looking to enjoy this absolutely fantastic weather. Already had one close pass, white van. He stopped about 100 yards on. I just passed and I said, a bit more distance next time, please. He wasn't pleased. At least he didn't chase me. First close pass from a bike. Held my breath for about 20 seconds. And let him get away. He had the whole road. Could have gone the other side, but didn't. God, I should be a traffic cop. It's been an okay week back home. The girls are getting work from school to do, and Jill's still working, so there's a bit more of a routine in the house, which means I've been a little bit more productive as well. So I'm pleased about that. I've stopped tuning into the daily briefings on the coronavirus from the government. Those that I have checked in on, I switch off as soon as the media start asking their asinine questions. And so kind of retreating back into domestic life rather than worrying too much about what's going on in the big wide world. Not least because I think it's going to be another 3-4 weeks, maybe even slightly longer, before things start to get back to normal. The statistics are such that there's still between 600 and 800 up to 900 people who are dying per day. So the curve's flattened, but it's not gone down enough yet to expect the government to do anything about relaxing measures. We've got to start worrying about the economy now, because there's a lot of people being off work for a long time, and a lot of businesses are going to be out of business. When we go back, there's going to be a lot of people already out of work, and there's going to be a lot more that's going to be made redundant. So it's going to be tricky. Well, tricky doesn't even say half of it. It's going to be catastrophic for the next couple of years economically. There's going to be some very sad people out there whose lives have been really, really messed up. This is the hill through Hurley Village, and when you're cycling on your own, it's just a hill. You just take it at your comfortable pace. But when you're in a group, You're hanging off the back. It triples the stress. Not today. I've had mixed feelings about coming out on the bike. There's been lots of stuff on cycling websites about slipstreaming, and whereas the government recommendation when you're pedestrian is to keep 2 meters apart, when you're riding a bike, the slipstream could be carrying germs, saliva droplets up to 20 meters. So the idea was to take the responsible approach and try and cycle only in the garage. But it's hard to do at the best of times, even worse when the weather is absolutely glorious like it is at the moment. So decided to come out, but be super careful. Slow right down to a walking pace if I'm passing pedestrians. Cycle on the other side of the road if I'm seeing other cyclists, but then trying to make the most of these quiet lanes and beautiful views. So far so good. One of the big things about coronavirus is that it's been around for a while, and there's people out there who think they might have had it but don't know because they've not got seriously ill and been tested in hospital. Well, back in January I was short of breath to the extent that I went to see a heart surgeon and had a CT scan on my heart and lungs, and my lungs were good. Heart, okay. Bit of furring on the arteries, but generally speaking I was okay. But for about 4 or 5 weeks I was really short of breath, and I'm kind of wondering, have I had coronavirus and come through it? It's been a good ride. Hardly a breeze, warm, not a cloud in the sky. Perfect. Although it would have been nice to have had some company